Hi, it's Mo Bunnell, your host here at Real Relationships, Real Revenue. I'm joined today by Mike Michalowicz. He's the author of several best-selling books, Profit First, Clockwork, and Fix This Next. And I just was thrilled to have Mike on the show. I always have a great time with Mike whenever I'm around him. And he really dropped some really great insights into what we can do to be more successful. In this episode, I very specifically talk about Mike, about his business hierarchy of needs framework that's in Fix This Next that really figures out exactly what levels you need to focus on to take your business, or if you're a high-end professional or a client executive of a big service-based company, your book of business to the next level. Whoever you are, if you're listening to this, you probably lead a team. You probably lead, if the team might be internal, it might be external as sort of clients. You've got a need to build your book of business and build up your efficiency over time. And Mike shows us exactly how to do it with a rock solid framework. And we're going to get into that in a second. Now, before we get there, you should know that if you want our weekly insights on what you can do to grow your book of business, to grow your relationships, really to take control and grow your career, then head over to growbigplaybook.com. That's growbigplaybook.com. And that's how you get our weekly insights delivered straight to you. So without further ado, here's Mike Michalowicz. Hey everybody, it's Mo. You already know this week or this episode today, our guest is Mike Michalowicz. I absolutely love Mike's content. Not only Fix This Next, which we're really going to dive in deep today, but you need to hustle out and get his books, Profit First, Clockwork. His content is fantastic. We met through a mutual friend, a guy named Dave, have hit it off, and I couldn't be more excited to have Mike on the show today. So Mike, first question, and I was grinning from ear to ear when I saw this in your business hierarchy of needs. I know I'm throwing some big words out to our audience, but you're going to explain it. When I saw the business hierarchy needs in Fix This Next, I was so excited that the foundation was sales. Our audience needs help realizing they need to focus on sales. They might call it business development, client relationship management, but tell our audience, why do you have to start with sales as the foundation?
Yeah, sales are the foundation because it creates cash for a business. And I think the reason we start our practice, our business, is in part for financial freedom. I want to be able to live the life on my terms and not worry about bills. And in order to get there, we need sales. The important thing to note, though, is that sales is necessary, but it alone is not sufficient. Just generating sales doesn't mean you'll have more money to take home. You have to be able to extract and so forth. But no sales, no business. So you must actively pursue that.
I love it. And then our audience, deeply technical experts, consultants, accountants, lawyers, account managers at big healthcare companies. A lot of times they'll say, well, I didn't join this business to do sales. I don't like the word. We even, Mike, we even have to use code words like business development, client relationship development, things like that.
Right.
So what does somebody like that need? Let's say somebody who's a freshly minted partner in a law firm. They've spent 10 years getting to the point where they're partner, and now their whole world changes from they used to be succeeding on billing time and client service, and now they have to focus on business development, sales. Tell them what do they need to be thinking about to get this foundation right?
First, I'll give you a little context first. I don't know if you know this about me, Mo. I used to be an expert witness. I did federal cases, actually was involved in the Enron trial and some other cases because of my forensics work. So I worked with a lot of law firms.
I didn't know that.
A lot of defense attorneys, actually. Yeah. So I worked with, on the Enron trial, the defense side. So Kenneth Lay, FASA, they were effectively our clients. We were producing data to the partners at the firm doing the defense work. And then my company was acquired by a forensic accounting firm. So I know these professions. And what I found is if you, meaning the partner at the law firm, the partner at the accounting firm, if you realize and feel that your offering is superior to the alternatives, you actually have an obligation to sell. You see, if the client hires someone else, they're getting an inferior offering. It's their problem for sure, but it's our fault. It's our fault. So if you know, based upon your education, your background, your effort, your experience, your team, If your offer is superior, you have to put it in front of them. It's actually not selling, it's serving. I actually call it serve selling, because by putting the best offer in front of them and convincing them, making them aware it's the best offer is the best way to serve clients. Not selling is actually a problem. Not selling, you're actually compromising clients. That's a problem.
Oh my gosh. Well, for folks listening on audio that can't watch the video, you can't see my smiling, but we're going to be sending this to so many people because it's so poignant. So do this for me. We'll wrap up this first short episode with this. I'd love for you to explain the business hierarchy of needs that's in Fix This Next. So sales is at the foundation. We've explained that a little bit, but give us the other 4 levels, because I think if somebody's hooked on this idea, okay, I got to get sales right, I got to get business development right, there's more to do after that. Mike?
Yes. So the business hierarchy of needs was a translation from the Maslow hierarchy of needs, what we have for ourselves, needs for our own survival. Well, I found business has survival needs too. There's one significant difference between the business hierarchy of needs and Maslow. We are wired into ourselves. I know when I'm hungry or I'm tired. My business, I don't know when my business is hungry for something. I think I do. I trust my instinct, but we really need to look at the data to support this. The levels are as follows. Foundationally, we need sales because it creates cash. But once we have a flow of sales coming in, we need to extract that cash to bring about stability. That's the profit level. So you don't just sell anything to anybody. What is profitable? Because that brings about stability and sustainability to your business, to your department, to yourself. Once you have that link addressed, the next level up is called the order level. And order is about the creation of efficiency. It's delivering at the highest level with the least effort. And that's this balance. How do we constantly improve what we're delivering, but put less effort into it? We must constantly be improving. But I'll tell you, you can have levels of order, but if you don't have any profitability, if you're surviving check by check, if you're in constant panic, we go into this work mode, which is so inefficient. It's just panic and desperation. So that's why you start seeing these linked together. One is necessitated by the other. The next level above order is called impact. This is a transformation of a business. This is where you realize your business is not about the transactions, but the transformation, the way it's serving your clientele at a higher level. It is transforming their lives. And you know it when it's happening is when client after client says, wow, my life has been changed. And it's not that one-off that says it. That's wonderful. It's when it systemically happens. The highest level is called legacy. Legacy is where a business, where the owners or the partners in the business realize the work they're doing is so important. It's actually beyond them, that this must continue on for generations to be of service to clients because it's that important. And that our involvement as an owner or a partner or an equity player in the business was simply to be a cog in the wheel, but we aren't the wheel, the business is.
I love it. And then what I love about the way that you laid it out is you don't go to the next level until you did the one before that, correct?
That's right. And it's a little bit of a ping pong. So it's like building a structure. When you build a house, for example, you got to put the basement in first to build the first floor and so forth. You wouldn't start on the 5th floor in thin air because it would collapse on the ground. But if you want to build that structure larger, you actually have to go back down to the basement and build a bigger foundation. And that's why we kind of ping pong around. Once you have sales going and you're extracting profit, and now you're starting to build efficiency, you may say, well, I want to scale this larger. You may actually have to amplify sales and go back and work on that level. So you don't climb like a ladder and stay at the top and kind of wave to your friends. You will grow, and then you'll have to go back to the base, expand, grow more, and keep repeating that process.
I love it. Well, people are going to want to dig in to Fix This Next. And I know you did some special things for our audience. Tell us where to go.
Yeah, so we set up a website, fixthisnext.com, that has a free evaluation. And what I shared earlier is when it comes to our own survival, we are kind of wired into ourselves. Our gut is very helpful for the preservation and expansion of our personal lives. But in our business, our gut is not necessarily a great tool. We need to analyze our data with empirical data, analyze our business with empirical data. At fixthisnext.com, you'll see an option there that says take the free evaluation. There's no downloads or anything. You can do it in 5 minutes or less. And it'll come back and say, here's what your business needs fixed next, to focus your attention there, resolve it. And then you can go through the process again and again to find the next fixed and the next after that.
I love it, Mike. Cool. Well, everybody, this is super valuable. And in our next episode, I'm going to ask Mike about how specifically we get more yeses, we get more deals across the goal line. We're going to really hone in on that foundational level of sales or business development. So make sure you watch the next one.